Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back. This time with the introduction for our campaign for Path to Glory called Waaaghpokeylipz Now. And as you can see on this table, we have all 4 warbands that we plan on using for that campaign out on display, so that way you guys can see exactly what the warbands look like, so that way you get an idea of what's going to be happening during the campaign as well. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to break down exactly what each of the warbands consist of, what kind of units can be found inside of each warband, and talk about the 4 warbands that will take place in all Orc and Goblin Path to Glory campaign, Waaaghpokeylipz Now. And that's what we're doing on this one. So with that being said, let's go and start with this very far unit here on the right hand side with the Gitmobs, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so let's go and start off with the Gitmobs. So as you guys have already known, Waaaghpokeylipz Now is a Path to Glory campaign that my friends and I are literally looking forward to using for Age of Sigmar. Now in this Path to Glory campaign, we're using all Orc and Goblin units to fight in that one. So it's just fought between the 4 major factions of Orcs and Goblins that exist in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And they're being led, of course, by the major special characters from the 8th edition of Warhammer. So the very first one we have is, of course, the warband called the Broken Axes. The Broken Axes is a Gitmob warband that is led by Grom the Paunch. Grom the Paunch is a very powerful goblin character from the 8th edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. He is the leader of this particular warband, and as you can see here, he has nothing but goblins in his army list. So for his first warband, he has the Howlers, which is a unit of 5 Wolf Riders. Those guys are armed with bows as well as slitters and shields. He also has the Death Creepers, which are a unit of 5 4 Goblin Spider Riders. They're armed with spears as well as bows as well as shields. He also has Snappa the Zappa. Snappa the Zappa is a Goblin Shaman on top of a giant wolf. And he's also have the Ankle Slices, which are basically 20 goblins with spears as well as shield. And that makes up the Broken Axes warband for our Waaaghpokeylipz Now Path to Glory campaign. Alright, the second warband that we have is the Immortulz. The Immortulz, for those of you guys who are unaware of who they are an Ironjawz warband, and they're originally led by this guy. His name is Grimgor Ironhide. He is an Black Orc special character from the 8th edition of Warhammer Fantasy. He's also the incarnate beast in the end times as well. He's a very savage and just brutal Black Orc who led his armies all across the old world, and he led a giant mob of Black Orcs called the Immortulz, and that's who these guys are in our Waaaghpokeylipz Now campaign. His army basically consists right now of 3 units of Ardboys. In the back you have the Crimson Killas, which are 5 Ardboys with full command. On the left hand side here you have the Red Dead Krubi, which are basically 5 more Ardboys with full command as well. And on the right hand side as well you guys have the Dim Bloods, which is another unit of 5 Ardboys with full command as well. And these guys are actually also have another character in the back here that is Ruga the Stintyflayer. He is a Weird Knob Shaman as well. And this actual warband is actually organized around a battalion. This is a Weird Fist battalion that my friend will be using as well. I forgot to mention, the Broken Axes will be commanded by my friend Grom the Paunch. He's the younger brother of Brother Grim. Brother Grim, my other friend, will be commanding the Immortulz on this one. And so that's what he has for his 2 armies. So he has the Immortulz as well as the Broken Axes. So that being said, we're going to move on to our 3rd warband. Up next, our 3rd warband is the Crooked Moonz. The Crooked Moonz is a Gloomspite warband that is led by Skarsnik, the Warlord of the 8 Peaks. He is a Night Goblin special character from the 8th edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. He will be leading this warband as well. He also has the Shrunken Shroomhead, which is also a Night Goblin Shaman. He also has the Rekkas, which are 3 Fanatics, the Ludas, which are 20 Night Goblins armed with spears and shields, and he also has the Bonebreakers, which is a Night Goblin Squig Herd, and has 5 Cave Squigs as well as 2 Squig Herders. I'll make up that group as well. And my other friend Scream of the Emo will be commanding this group, the Crooked Moonz as well. And this is the unit that we use. I'm actually kind of excited for this one because now we have the new release coming out of the Gloomspite Rots, which will be coming out here pretty soon, which looks like a combination of both Spider Fang and Moonclan Rots into one army. So we kind of see exactly how that will play out in the future for this campaign. So this is our 3rd warband that we'll be using in our all Orc and Goblin Path to Glory campaign. Alright, and finally, but certainly not the least, is the Peeple Eataz. This is a Bonesplitterz warband. This will be the one that I will be commanding myself. And as you can see here, it is a huge mob of savage orcs. These guys are really awesome looking. This will be led by Waaaghpokeylipz, the Great Green Prophet. He is a Shaman special character for the 8th edition of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. That is this guy here. I also have Papa Shango, which is a savage orc big boss. And I have 3 units of 10 savage orcs. In the back, I have the Twang Twang, which are 10 savage orcs armed with bows. I have the Waaaghpokeylipz, which is 10 savage orcs armed with spears. And I have the Waaaghpokeylipz, which are 10 savage orcs armed with hand weapons, as well as shields as well. All the units have full command, and I will be running a battalion on this one. I'll be running a Cunning Ruck, is what I'll be running for these guys as well. And that pretty much makes up the 4th and final warband for Waaaghpokeylipz Now. And there you have it. That's going to be the 4 warbands, Orc and Goblin Warbands, that we'll be using for upcoming Path to Glory campaign, Waaaghpokeylipz Now. As you can see, I'm really looking forward to bringing this battle report to you guys, because it's going to be neat to see how all 4 of these warbands fare in Age of Sigmar. So that's going to do it for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to comment, like, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Google+, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest news about hobby. That's good to do for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Peace out.